Data is everywhere in our lives. Yesterday, I searched up the periodic table on Google to solve a chemistry problem. And next, I watched a video on YouTube, and I did a chatting with my friends. And I went to tuition class. I did some math problems and bought some bubble tea. After I came back, I wrote my diary and checked message to see if I missed anything. And lastly, I checked my screen time. Wow, 3 hours. Anyway, all of these things I did yesterday is data. So what is data? On dictionary, it defines data as statistics and facts that are collected for reference and analysis. And big data means extremely large data sets that are analyzed computationally to do some mathematical problems and to reveal some patterns and trends. So we can see data being used everywhere these days. And also it was used in 18,000 BCE. This is a Shango. It is known to be one of the oldest objects with data written on it. So nobody actually knows what they wrote about, but many people think that it was a counting tool used to do some simple mathematical procedures. And data developed and developed. So the volume of data consumed, created, and captured worldwide in 2010 was just 2 zettabytes. And however, in 2022, the Statista Research Department assumes that it will be 97 zettabytes. So 1 zettabyte is 2 to the power of 70 bytes. And a byte is a unit of data equal to 8 bits. And all data is a combination of 0 and 1. And 0 on 1 becomes 1 bit, and it represents 2 states. So therefore, 97 zettabytes is 97 times 2 to the power of 70 times 8 bits. And it is a really huge amount of data. To make it easier, if you see the movie Inside Out, our heads hold very huge amount of memories, which is all data. And that enormous amount of data, it is for 7.7 billion people. Therefore, it is very enormous amount. And I don't even think the word enormous can express it. So, big data and data are used for everything, just everything. Like everywhere, every company, every people use big data. So, every people, on this is a big data visualization. And it shows us the amount of the plastic bottles generated daily. And it is compared to Eiffel Tower. This made our eyes and brains just instantly recognize how serious it is. This just gave me the impact, gave you the impact, and this big data visualization can make our world to take global warming more seriously. I'll move on to the next example. So, aging society is becoming a problem these days, especially in Korea. The elderly people, when they die, they are usually found a few weeks or a few months later. And to prevent that tragedy, we can use electrical data from refrigerator. So when we open the fridge, the electricity we use a lot. So therefore, if there is no change in electrical usage, then we can predict that. And not just for this fridge, we can use this on other things. For example, we can put the similar technology on the bed. We can make a bed to collect person's temperature to see if the someone is healthy. Or we can use that technology on the toilet. And when someone urinates, the toilet analyzes the excrement of the person and informs person if there is a problem on their health. So like this, there are so many ways that we can use data to save people. And next, data also helped me with my studies. So I try to study in different places. And I wrote my study planner for both home and library for a few days. I wrote the time I study and when I rest. So first at home, the straight concentrating was average of 1 hour. Because there was a bed behind me, I couldn't focus a lot. But however, at the library, the straight concentrating time was 2.5 hours. Therefore, studying at the library is best for me. So data helped me to find the good place for me to study. Now we just began to understand what the data is telling us. Now it's a time to use the data and transform it to meaningful advances. And as I mean by meaningful advances, it can be our creative thoughts that came up to your mind based on data analysis. Like what I talked about before. So I think there will be so many amazing ideas that can come by data analysis if we use just data in a right way. I truly believe the data can pave the way to a better world. Thank you.